I'm going to just don't leave from verse 9 to 16. How can a young person stay on the path of purity? By living according to your words. I seek you with all my heart. Do not let me stray from your commands. I have hidden your words in my heart that I might not sin against you. Praise be to you, O Lord, teach me your decree. With my lips I recount all the laws that come from your mouth. I rejoice in following your statutes, and as one rejoices in great riches. I meditate on your precepts I consider your ways. I delight in your decree and will not neglect your words. So ഞാൻ നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ Sam's it's beautiful. It's written it's beautifully composed. It's really good. പക്ഷെ നമ്മൾ സാംസ് വായിക്കുന്നത് why are we reading Sam? Not just for the beauty of the words that we're going to see here, but Sam's, according to me, is like a meshing scale. Okay, it's like a meshing scale to which we should align ourselves with. ഇതിനകത്ത് നമുക്ക് സാംസിനകത്ത് പറയുന്നത് എന്തുവാ? Samisന്റെ thought process, how a child of God should think, or how the thought process goes in their life, or how do they lead in their life. ഇതൊക്കെയാണ് നമുക്ക് സാംസി മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നത്. It's not about the not just about if David says that uh, I I was waiting in patience. The way he says as though he's telling all the emotions that he had while a certain scenario. അപ്പൊ ആ പറയുമ്പം അത് പറയുന്നത് എന്തുവാ? ഡേവിഡ് എങ്ങനെ അതിനു വേണ്ടി റിയാക്ട് ചെയ്തു for that troubled situation? How did he react? And Sam actually tells us that so that we can understand the perspective of an actual child of God. അപ്പൊ നമ്മളെ തന്നെ റീമോഡൽ ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഒരു എക്സാമ്പിൾ തരുവാണ് സാംസ്. അതേപോലെ തന്നെയാണ് അതും കാണാൻ പറ്റും. Psalms 119, when you look at it from the starting, it's actually uh, a poem of the different 22 Hebrew alphabets, and each of this section, Alpha, Beta, Gimel, um, Dalet, and all these things are actually Hebrew words. And each of the section, each of the lines starts with that letter, that Hebrew letter. So it's a beautifully composed poem. And in this with this verse which I read, we can see in the first verse it says, "How can a young person stay on the path of purity?" Then it answers itself by saying, "By living according to your words." നമ്മൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കണം, like our spirituality, like we must ask ourselves, like നമ്മൾ ഓരോ തെറ്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പം ചിലപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ പറയാറുണ്ട്, ഞാനും പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. It's common, I mean, it happens with everyone. It's common. I mean, it happens. It's a common thing. So everyone does it. So it's not a problem. But we must understand that we are not like common people. We are people who are set apart for Christ, right? So we have different standards in our lives. We have certain things which we have to sacrifice, certain things which we have to look for in our lives. And understand this: number of spirituality. നമ്മൾ അളക്കുന്ന, it's not by number of sins. Okay, according to what I understand, ഞാൻ പറയുന്നത് full ആയിട്ട് മനസ്സിലാക്കി. It's not confused. Let's not get confused with that. Every sin that we do, we have to pay for it. We are accounted for every sin that we do. But the thing is, number of sins are not necessarily the only judging criteria for our spiritual life. Because if that's the thing, then number eight, many of my friends who are not Christians, okay, they lead much more disciplined, much more better, and much more faithful way of life than mine. But ഞാൻ പറയാൻ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ, it's not sin, but after sin, how much you reconcile with Christ after doing that, how much you have grown yourself, how much closer you have grown with Christ. That's what matters. ഇപ്പൊ ഞാൻ പറയുക, see, I'm just 19 years old and my dad's like 52 years old. If I say that I have lived lesser year and I probably have sinned lesser than him, does that make me a person who's more spiritual than him? I don't think so, because the situation and scenario which he had to go through, the hardships and trials which he had to go through, I had to face none of them. So for me to say that, it's not it's not right, because it's not about the sins, but After sin, how much we grow closer to Christ after that. That's what matters. It's our spiritual man. How much our spiritual man has grown. We must ask ourselves, like, നമ്മൾ നമ്മളെ തന്നെ evaluate ചെയ്യണം. We must ask ourselves, like, how much we have grown. D.L. Moody, like, there's a famous quote by D.L. Moody saying that character is a man when he's in dark. That is, എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ, a person's character is brought out when he's alone or when he's in a trouble situation or when he's having all the troubles or something. He's facing a problem. That's when a man's actual character pops out. And we must evaluate ourselves, like, at this time, like, we must evaluate it with our actions where our spiritual stage is. Whether we are toddlers, whether these are babies taking baby steps in Christ, who are distracted by sparkly desires of this world, or whether we're actually growing on. ഞാൻ കൊച്ചുനാളിൽ എനിക്ക് ഓർമ്മയുണ്ട്, whenever I used to be small, like in 10th or 11th, I used to always measure my height. Like, I used to lean against the wall. I used to take a pencil, just measure my height against the wall, and I used to check it every week, every two weeks. I had to check it just to see whether I've grown a bit, even just a bit. That's enough. So, the same way in Christian life, we have to check our spiritual growth. How much we have grown from the past week. How much closer we have become to Christ. We have come more to Christ. The main reason we are not sinning, Jesus wants us not to sin or to lead a pure life, is to get us more and more closer to Him, so that we can at the time of judgment, we can stay with Him forever. That's what Christ wants, right? That's why He said not to sin, and not just that. So the main reason is to grow towards Christ. That is all aim to grow towards Christ. In these words, I conclude my speech. Thank you.